everybody, welcome to the Sky Lounge, and this is Piggyskin Picks, where I pick the winners and losers of the upcoming NFL week. Boys and girls, week number 7, we did okay. 10 out of 14 on the pick'em, 71.43%. Yeah! I will take that instead of the back-to-back-to-back weeks of staying above 500. So, 71.43%. We will take it, and we will also take Thursday Night Football, which begins with the Washington Redskins versus the Minnesota Vikings. What the fuck is the point of this game? The Vikings will win this in a blowout. Pretty simple. I'm not really going to expand on that because let's just move on to the next game. The Seattle Seahawks will take on the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta. And boys and girls, your boy is going to be in Atlanta to watch that game. And I think the Seattle Seahawks are going to win. Here's the crazy part about the Seattle Seahawks season, boys and girls. They are 2-2 at home, but 3-0 on the road. Now, granted, some of these road teams haven't been all up to snuff. And I see Atlanta as one of those road teams as such, in that predicament. Their defense is a travesty, to say the least. Although Seahawks offense didn't really make themselves look all that great last week. So we come into this week hoping that the Seahawks can rev up the engines, get their shit ready, and face Atlanta. Because despite them giving up Mohamed Sanu, they still got great weapons on the offensive side. Devontae Freeman, Ridley, Jones, Matt Ryan if he decides to be a decent quarterback on the day. But hey, I'd rather see the Seahawks win because I'm a fucking Seahawks fan. And I'm going to be at an away game. So yeah, it'd be great if they fucking won. So, go Hawks on that one. Now, boys and girls, we're going across the pond where the LA Rams will be taking on the Cincinnati Bengals in London. Cheerio! And I believe the Rams will win this game pretty easily. I would say another blowout in this case. You got a fragile egoed, Rams team just getting their ass kicked all through the early parts of the season. And now they got some easy teams on the way. They're going to take advantage. And Cincinnati, come on, just embrace the tank. Get some picks. That's all you can really hope for. And hoping that Andy Dalton doesn't die halfway through the game. Because you're basically killing him at this rate. But that's your fucking prerogative. That's your goddamn business, Cincy. You fucking suck. Now, the Arizona Cardinals will be headed over to New Orleans. Be taking on the New Orleans Saints. I believe the Saints will win this game. Yes, despite the fact that Cardinals have had some decent outings at times. I don't think they're in any shape to face a Teddy Bridgewater offense that seems to be humming, going swimmingly, even without Drew Brees. And that defense from the Saints that are progressively getting better throughout the weeks. So I think the Cardinals are going to face a really tough task. I don't really think it's going to be all that close, but should be a fun game. Saints win that one. Now, let's move on to the next game. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Tennessee Titans. I'm going to select the Titans, but also say this. I know the Tennessee Titans are fucking mediocrity, embodied, right, in a franchise. But compared to Tampa Bay, I don't think they're that bad. So, yeah. Curious part 2, right? You got Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota on both sides. And I don't think Mariota's playing. I'm pretty sure it's Ryan Tannehill. And at one point, Bruce Arians is going to think, we got to give up on Winston. This kid's done. Just subpar, mediocre, all the words you can throw out to describe these two teams in this battle, which I think is going to be close, but just dog shit. So there you go, kids. Move on to the next game. The Denver Broncos will be facing the Indianapolis Colts, and I believe the Colts will win this game pretty easily. The Denver Broncos are awful. Are you seriously still relying on Joe Flacco? And the defense can turn up once every week or two? Is that the way things go in Denver there? Okay. All right. I mean, not to be a dick, but your team is terrible. Just absolutely awful from the first 7 weeks. I mean, it's just been nonstop shitting the bed at the worst times. All led by Joe Flacco. So, there you go. Boys and girls, the thing is, the Indianapolis Colts are getting discounted all throughout the media, but let me tell you what. As nice as the Texans are, as nice as Deshaun Watson looks like, there's something about Frank Reich leading this Colts team with purpose that just feels right. And I feel like they might get to the playoffs at this rate, winning that division. But we'll see. We'll see how things go. Now, the Philadelphia Eagles will take on the Buffalo Bills, and I am picking the Bills to win this game. They are favored by minus 1.5 points as of today. And beyond the points, let me just break this down like this. I don't think that Philadelphia team is in unity. That entire team is in shambles. The locker room, I feel, is in complete disarray. You had news article about, Alshon Jeffrey, out of all fucking people, bitching about the state of the Eagles. Defense don't like offense. This has a very similar feeling to the way the Seahawks, Legion of Boom, and that kind of potential dynasty dismantled itself. This is what it kind of feels like. And I don't think Philadelphia is going to get out of this bubble. I really don't think they are. Whereas Buffalo, you just see a cohesive unit. You see a team that's together and being the best team in New York. They have such a great way to show that kind of fan side, right? I mean, the crazy fans over in Buffalo with the fucking table smashing shit. But it's awesome to see. That's the kind of passion and devotion to a team that you want to see in sports fans. I absolutely love that. And I think for the fans, Buffalo will get a win here in a very contested battle, which I think will see a very low-scoring Buffalo win. Now, let's move on to the next game, boys and girls. The LA Chargers will take on the Chicago Bears in Bears land in Chicago. I think the Bears will win. Kind of understating if I'm saying it's a must-win for the Chicago Bears, right? But it is a must-win for the Chicago Bears. And in the Windy City there, we don't know if Mitchell Trubisky is truly the answer. We just don't. I don't think he is. I mean, any guy who can just have a pair of eyes and watch football can tell you that. But Chicago is kind of stuck in this weird place of like, what the fuck do we do with this guy? How are we going to beat everybody? I don't know. But I think the Chargers are coming in with this very stinky record and just smells like shit, performs like shit, probably looks like shit in days. I see Chicago with the easy win here. Easy in terms of how they get it, but I think in terms of score, it's going to be much closer than people would anticipate. Now, let's move on to the next game. The New York Giants will take on the Detroit Lions, and I think the Lions grab a win here. Now, Giants, I know the last few weeks seems a bit of a blur. You lost to Arizona. You lost to New England, where you thought, we don't look terrible. But the reality of this Giants team, I feel, is they are terrible. They're not good enough. And they might take another draft and a free agent, period to get all their affairs in order. But right now, this team isn't good. And on the other side, you got a Detroit team where they have cohesion. They have a lot of things well put together. But whatever you want to call it, luck or Matt Stafford just choking on his own fucking dick, they've lost games. They've lost a lot of games. But I think this is the game where Detroit bounces back and grab a win. And the Giants will continue to be miserable. Now let's move on to the Carolina Panthers versus San Francisco 49ers. I think the Panthers will get a win here. Call me crazy, but I have a weird feeling about this Panthers team. I have a weird feeling they're going to go on this incredible run, make it to the wild card spot, and keep battling through. This team has been really, really interesting to watch through the last few weeks. And carried by Christian McCaffrey, led by Kyle Allen, with a really tough, solid defense, they're coming into San Francisco house where, yeah, you're 6-0, but feels like there hasn't been that oomph factor they have to really go up against in relative terms. Now, you can't say the Rams, the Baker Mayfield 49er, the 49ers game, yeah, on Monday Night Football. That's what I'm trying to confuse it in my head. Boys and girls, my words aren't working right, but what I want to say is the Panthers will give a legitimate, difficult test to the 49ers, and I believe the 49ers will pull out with the win here. That's my whole thought. There you go. God damn it, brain. Sometimes you fuck me over. You do. Just like how the Jets fuck over football dynamics. Because the Jets will take on the Jacksonville Jaguars and lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Butt Fumble organization is now responsible for apparitions, aka ghosts. Your quarterback was out with mononucleosis, and now he gets caught on national media, national television really, live, saying he's seeing ghosts. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jacksonville, have your easy win. Have fun. And Jets, what? Like, are you tanking for a pick? Because that's what you should do. That's what you should do against the fucking Dolphins. Should be losing, so you get a better pick. But it's none of my business. It's not my fucking business, boys and girls. Now, let's move on to a team within the Jets division who just the Patriots are going to beat the Browns. All right, I don't even want to fucking preview that shit. It's going to get me emotionally like just all over the fucking place in the most negative way. My poor Baker. Like, he has not had a good year too. Hate it. Hate seeing Baker Mayfield downtrodden like this, looking at him just number and spiritually, he's just not there. He's just all over the place. And this Cleveland team, on top of that, isn't helping. Isn't really helping the matter. Defense, Freddie Kitchens is a disaster. And, yeah, the Patriots are just going to fuck the Browns hard, raw. And you know what else? Bill Belichick has faced, and now back-to-back weeks, actually, because of Giants, he was an assistant coach. Jets, he was an assistant coach. And now the Browns. He's going back to his old stomping grounds. Or he's battling against his old stomping grounds. The Browns. He was a head coach for a couple years there. And the Patriots will continue their winning ways and be 8-0. Yay. All right, the Oakland Raiders will take on the Houston... Oakland, why? You know, I just kind of stopped right there because I don't really see the point of seeing Raiders going to another team, especially in the South, and trying to grab a win there. I don't see it happening. I think this Raiders team was nice when they grabbed a couple of those nice little upset wins there, here and there. I just don't think they're good enough. The Texans, decent, faltering at times, but I think they'll inevitably get the job done. Let's move on to the next game. The Green Bay Packers will take on the Kansas City Chiefs. I think Green Bay wins this. Kansas City has Patrick Mahomes practicing. He recovered that quick from a dislocated kneecap. Is that right? Is the thought process here to really just trot him out after a week of dislocating his kneecap? Is that right, Andy Reid? Is that right? You're going to fuck over your entire franchise for one measly win that you probably have no business of winning, even with Mahomes there, to be honest. And you're going to rush him for your ego? I don't get this. I don't understand this. I would sit him out for a decent period of time until he's actually recovered and then put him out. Like, what the fuck? I think Green Bay wins this pretty easily by a touchdown or more. They've been on fire. Aaron Rodgers is feeling confident. They're feeling their groove. I believe they get their win. Now, The Miami Dolphins will take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh. Like, fuck you, Miami. Like what the fuck? What the fuck is the point of talking about with Miami? Like, what the fuck is the actual fucking point with Miami? Why are you here? Just fucking stamp out every fucking week and don't even fucking show up to the game. Just go on 16. Make me my fucking money. You goddamn sons of bitches. Now, boys and girls, Dallas and Baltimore have bye weeks this week, but we still got 15 fucking games throughout the weekend. So it should be awesome. So let me read my picks one more time for you boys and girls. The Minnesota Vikings, the Seattle Seahawks, the LA Rams, New Orleans Saints, the Tennessee Titans, the Indianapolis Colts, the Buffalo Bills, the Chicago Bears, the Detroit Lions, the Carolina Panthers, Jacksonville Jaguars, New England Patriots, Houston Texans, Green Bay Packers, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So there you go, boys and girls. That is your Piggyskin picks. Pigskin picks. There you go. For week number 7. Brain is needing some rest, so I shall do that right now. Boys and girls, follow me at the SC.Y Lounge and all the links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily content. Now fuck off.